In one of my videos, I mentioned that people don't fuck with Camila ever since her racist past was exposed, and I stand by that. She became the female Justin Timberlake in pop culture, as no one liked mentioning her, and anyone who did outside of her hate rhetoric, i.e. praising her, you were reminded how much of a horrible person she is. And the fact that she started putting out not so interesting music outside of her debut album, and 2019's hit, Senorita, and My Oh My, the lack of interesting music did not help Camila's situation as the years went by. Like most Spanish-speaking artists, when they start to flop in the English market, they do one thing, and that's go back to their Latin roots, but not in full force. It wasn't like Miss Camila has never given us Latin-inspired tracks before. Remember Havana? But her Latin culture was a lot more present on her third studio album, 2022's Familia. And it felt like a bow out. Also, her leading singles like Psycho featuring Willow and Bomb Bomb featuring Ed Sheeran all failed to hit the top 10 on the Hot 100. What's next for Camila? Well, stick around and find out. Fast forward to 2024. Camila realized it was time for a complete beat switch, a 180. She bleached her hair and started releasing promotional material for her next album, XOXO, a super pop sound that meets a 2012 Spring Breakers vibe. She released the lead single, I Love It, featuring Playboi Carti, to a lukewarm reception. She then released He Knows, featuring Lil Nas X. But it didn't make a lot of noise outside of her stan base on Twitter. So after releasing 2 singles with their own music videos, Camila got lukewarm receptions from the public, providing more doubt in her capabilities of being a main character in the pop space after her successful debut in 2018. Well, XOXO is finally here. Can the singer regain her spot as a noteworthy pop star? In this video, let's review Camila Cabello's new album, XOXO, track by track. Is this album good or trash? I also have something to say about Drake's Devious Ways. And did Camila redeem herself with this one? I am Don, your pop culture boy. Let's get into it.
Catastrophic.
Now, the album opened with I Love It featuring Playboi Carti. Now, I know a lot of people have expressed their disdain for this track, but I love it. I find it different, bold, and artistic. A track with Carti and Camila, I'm sorry, but this is the collab of the year. I know it's really easy to shit on it because it's in your face, borderline obnoxious, but they were confident on the shit. If you're gonna make something this obnoxious and hyper, honestly, this is how you do it. And if you disagree, that's fine, but this is my goddamn video. On to the second track, Chanel No. 5. The intro reminds me of this meme. There's this meme of this girl crying and she's like trying to sing. I'm not sure where it's from and I'm gonna try to put it in the video. So here is the meme.
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things. I just went on number 5 and never survived to crime. You watch when
I don't know, the intro just really reminds me of that. The lyrics don't take themselves seriously, like how she puts accents in the line. Wrist, wrist, spritz, spritz. Make him come alive. And then she said, ah, at the end. I don't know, very playful. And I like that.
Wrist, wrist, spritz, spritz, make him come alive.
In the song, she plays on the allure of the fragrance and how she uses it to get a man. Also in the intro, Chanel No. 5 is used as a metaphor for a deadly weapon. He Knows featuring Lil Nas X. Outside of the album, I did not like the song, but once the album came out and within the context of the full album, it actually works. The track also samples Oh Jeremy, Give It Up To Me, a track that was released like 2 years ago. Based on what I could find about that singer, she is based in South London, but I don't know. I think I've heard the sound they sampled in an older song before. My mind just goes into a daze whenever I hear it, and for some reason I associate the sample with an older song. I just can't put my finger on it. Dade County Dreaming featuring JT and Young Miami. I was not expecting this feature. Like this kind of just I was like, what the hell is this? but I like it. I like it that she went on the City Girls level by being ratchet, but she was still Camila, so it was still believable. The clapping sounds is reminiscent of those clapping/ring games little girls used to play, just real ratchet, and I like it. This is probably the most shocking feature on the album as well. Now the track titled Hot Uptown featuring Drake. Now this track is fire. First of all, Drake has finally made another one dance without me being cringed out or annoyed, because I feel like he tries really hard to remake one dance so many times, but each time I'm like, bro, we've heard this before. But this time around, this is really good. Like, this is a summer song, possibly even a winter song. Some people, they shake ass in the winter as well. Like, this song is, hot up and wine up and sweat up. Yeah, it's that vibe. Now, Camila's vocal production was out of this world. It reminds me of the sounds of this artist from Ghana called Amari.
Hey guys, this is Amari.
It also reminds me of the songs off of Amari.
Hey guys, this is Amari.
His album called Fountain Baby, released last year. A very eclectic sounding album. Back to Drake. Hey, one thing about Drake, he's gonna be a Jamaican whether you like it or not. He even uses Popcorn, the Jamaican artist who is signed to him, by the way. Drake uses his tag, the Wayo. One thing about Drake, he will sign you and steal your likeness in the process. But all that aside, it's a great song. Then, at one point, I thought my phone was broken. I thought my phone was broken. I thought something was wrong with Apple Music. The follow-up is a Drake song titled Ugly, and that's UUGLY. At first I thought the album ended or it switched to like a Drake playlist or something, but no, she put a Drake track on her album. Sounds like something that was supposed to be on his All for the Dogs album, and I'm disgusted, but in a good way. I don't know what else to say. It's just very daring in my opinion, but I'm also impressed that she did it at the same time. Dreamgirls. Oh my god. This is my favorite on the album. Camila sounds really good on dancehall rhythms. I like it that they even gave her a dancehall mix vibe on the song as well. Her vocals sounds like Rihanna at first, but then I started to hear Serrani. He's a Jamaican artist that saw mainstream attention with his song No Games back in the day. This track is definitely bringing back going to the club and actually dancing. Now, let's state the elephant in the room. It samples The Dream's Shawty at 10, and we all know he is currently being sued for X harassment. In this day and age, most pop stars, they would have not included it, but I'm glad she kept it because it sounds really good and separate the artist from the art. And this makes me respect Camila. She didn't give two shits what people are gonna say, which matches the carefree atmosphere of this whole era. Oh, and she also did this with the City Girls feature, because we know, one of the girls, I'm not sure which one, I think it's Young Miami, she's involved with Diddy. So, Camila is just doing what she wants to do on this album. And that's what a real artist does. A real artist does not care about the outside, chatter. They just do what they want to do. And I really respect that about Camila. I love a good, sad song, which brings us to BOAT, the 11th track. BOAT stands for Best of All Time. On the ballad, Camila ruminates on a past relationship. The auto-tune is heavy on it, but I like it. It gives this pop rock vibe. And that's it with this album. In general, the vocal production is key. They really made sure that her vocals were stacked, they were punchy, and it was crystal clear. You can tell that they were yo, we have to make sure the production is pristine on this album, because vocal production really elevates a song. And it's a deal breaker, meaning will I buy or stream it once? Or will I stream it for a month straight, then every now and then throughout the year, or for the rest of my life? The song is painful and emo as hell. In the back, there's a sample from Pitbull's Hotel Room Service being chanted like a memory, and the track closes with an electro game over sound that reminds me of Billie Eilish's Bittersweet off of her Hit Me Hard and Soft at the Same Goddamn Time album.
Yeah, she takes trips and she's out in LA and New York and shit.
This album is like the movie Savage. It's look at me, I'm a rich girl, but I'm living this bad girl life. And fuck college, ha 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 ha. It's really chaotic in that sense. And during the rollout, part of me, I was like, I get what she was trying to do, but why don't she go further and look the part, not just at events, but in her interviews? Remember how Gaga looked during her The Fame era? You know, she was like dressed like a rock star. Or even Gwen Stefani. Remember when she had, you know, the Harajuku girls everywhere she went as well? You know, kind of problematic now, but back then, you know, it was a different time, I guess. But with the full context, the album, along with the press run in mind, the messy rollout cycle, and it being confusing, it's very pretentious and in the best way possible. And it all makes sense now. And the interludes on the album really help to sell the message. It's just a pop album that doesn't take itself too seriously. At this moment, I don't care for 3 tracks. The 5th track, 20-somethings, and the last 2 songs, Pretty When I Cry and June Gloom. Although I can see Pretty When I Cry growing on me in the future, but as of now, I'm not really feeling it.
She likes to drive with the windows down so she can hear what the city's saying at night.
Overall, this album delivers an interesting take on the pop genre while experimenting with other genres like dancehall and Afrobeats. If you want to take risks in a commercial/confusing way, this is how you do it. Because I do feel kind of tricked in a sense because of the rollout, but I'm fine with that. Camila wasn't afraid to step outside the box with her features. Camila gave us her own take on pop on steroids. XOXO is an album that can be played over and over again. My expectations were not met, and that's a good thing. Musically, she has redeemed herself. Now, will this album do numbers? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But regardless of sales, this album was hot, and I love it. Thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you think about this album in the comments. Do you think this is her best album or her worst? I want to hear from you. Don't be shy. I am Don, not your typical pop culture boy, and I will see you in the next one.